Shar here, and today we're going to talk about the 4 classes of macromolecules. I'm going to touch on carbohydrates and nucleic acids, and Tara will talk about proteins and lipids. Carbs are sugars and polymers of sugars. A sugar is a monosaccharide that is a multiple of the unit CH2O. An example of a monosaccharide is glucose. A disaccharide is 2 monosaccharides joined by a glycosidic linkage. An example is lactose, which is found in dairy products. The last type of carbs is polysaccharides, which have multiple monosaccharides joined together. Starches are used by animals to store fats. Next, Tara will talk about lipids.
Hi, I'm Tara, and I'm here to talk about lipids. The class of lipids includes fats, phospholipids, and steroids. The molecular structure of fats is a 3-carbon alcohol molecule called glycerol attached to 3 fatty acid chains, which are connected by ester bonds. Ester bonds are created by dehydration synthesis. A fatty acid is a carboxyl group with a long carbon chain, and the carboxyl group is what makes it an acid. There are 2 kinds of fats, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fats are the unhealthy kind, and they are called saturated because every carbon atom in the chain forms the maximum amount of bonds with hydrogen atoms, and it is called saturated with hydrogen. Unsaturated fats are the healthy kind. They are unsaturated fats because at least one of the carbon atoms in the chain has formed a double bond with another carbon atom, and that prevents a saturation of hydrogen. Next, phospholipids. Phospholipid is composed of a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail, and hydrophilic means water-loving and hydrophobic means water-hating. The 2 tails are fatty acids, making them hydrophobic. Phospholipids will come together to form a bilayer of membranes. And next is steroids. Steroids are composed of a carbon skeleton consisting of 4 fused rings. One ring will have 5 carbons, and the other 3 will have 6 carbons. Next are steroids. Steroids are composed of a carbon skeleton consisting of 4 fused rings. One ring will have 5 carbons, and the other 3 will have 6 carbons. One example is cholesterol, a steroid found in animal cell membranes. Now I will talk about proteins. Proteins are the polymers of amino acids. An amino acid is a carboxyl group and an amino group attached to an R group and a central carbon. The R group at the top of the amino acid is what determines what type of amino acid it is. The amino acids come together and are connected by peptide bonds between the carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of another. These peptide bonds are formed by dehydration synthesis. After being connected with peptide bonds, this string of amino acids is now called a polypeptide. The specific order of amino acids is called the primary structure of a protein. Now that the amino acids are all connected, they will fold or coil because of hydrogen bonds made between them. This is called the secondary structure. After the hydrogen bonds are formed, the R groups interact with each other, which is known as the tertiary structure. Finally, multiple polypeptides will come together to form one final protein.
Hello, Shar back again to talk about nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are also called nucleotides, and they make up DNA and RNA. Nucleic acids contain a phosphate group, a 5-carbon sugar, and a nitrogenous base. There are 5 types of nitrogenous bases: cytosine, thymine, uracil, adenine, and guanine. There are 2 types of nitrogenous bases: pyridamines and purines. A pyridamine is a 6-membered ring of a carbon and nitrogen atom. Cytosine, thymine, and uracil are pyridamines. A purine is a larger 6-membered ring fused to a 5-membered ring. The purine family includes adenine and guanine. Moving on RNA strands and DNA strands, RNA is a single strand, while DNA is a double strand, forming a double helix that is anti-parallel. The strands on DNA use nitrogenous bases: adenine, thymine, and guanine, and cytosine. The base pairs are complementary, meaning adenine binds with thymine and guanine binds with cytosine, as shown here. RNA is slightly different. There is no thymine group, but instead a uracil. Uracil binds with adenine and guanine binds with cytosine. Well, that's everything on the 4 basic classes of macromolecules, and I hope that's helpful.